Cool. Well, we're we're recording. How you
Okay,
doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing fine, Ryan.
How is life up in Oregon?
It has been pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
I've been very, very happy with the change.
nice. I just saw that you posted something in the group about your calendar next
I
year.
finished it last night. I was like, I have to get it done. So I haven't even bought mine yet. I
How do
was
you,
going to do it last night, but then I was like, no, let me at least give it a minute to marinate, right? So then,
yeah,
but today, because it's going to be January 1st in a minute.
real quick.
Yeah. So I need to get my new planner. See, I use one, it's been very handy for me to have an actual physical thing that I write my schedule in. And when I started thinking about going out to buy one, spending my money on something else that somebody else created, when I'm a creator of things,
Hey,
I'm really into community wealth building. And the foundation of that is creating for yourself to support yourself,
mm,
which will support you,
yes,
right? If
yeah,
I'm always taking my money that I get and giving somewhere else, it's gone.
mm-hmm,
But if I create the thing that I now purchase for me, then not only do I extend the energy, but I also get the benefit and the product.
yeah, yeah. And plus, it's cool to support people that you actually know. You know,
Right.
I think it is, but what do you what's like the general consensus for you when it comes to people supporting like small business and their entrepreneur friends?
Well, it depends. Again, it depends. And one of the things that it depends on is where are people coming from
Mm,
when they're going out to be that entrepreneur. What kind of an entrepreneur are you,
mm,
right? And so part of what I'm doing in my schooling is that looking at different types of entrepreneurship. Right? Different types of entrepreneurs have different types of goals. Are you someone who is raising money for environment? Are you someone who's raising money for capital gains? Are you raising money to solve poverty or hunger, or um, support the arts? Right?
mm.
What is your entrepreneurship geared toward? Right, and that's gonna ultimately be the thing that drives you to be successful,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so my drive to success, which is guaranteed because the whole point of uh, success is giving, right? Giving away and doing so. My company and my mission is all tied around supporting other people to build abundance and wealth for themselves. So if I can teach enough people to take care of themselves by reinvesting in themselves, then
You're creating more abundance. Like
yeah,
it's it's cool when you can see how that works.
yeah.
And I like what you said about success is giving back. Like that to me is what success is. I
Hmm.
don't feel like it's always the route that people take or the way
Yeah.
that people look at success, because it's so subjective. I mean, I based off of what you just said, I mean, you and I are kind of in the same boat when it
Right.
comes to our idea of what success looks like. Um, but it varies quite a bit from
Right.
person to person.
Well, I think again, like you say, or like it depends on why people are engaged in entrepreneurship, right?
Hmm.
So if we're engaging from a perspective of, I know that I'll be abundant if I give,
Hmm.
that's one way. But and that's again a higher level of entrepreneurship, right? Because many people are wanting to be entrepreneurs because they want to have their own,
Yeah.
right? Or they haven't been satisfied in the corporate lane, and so now it's about me being successful in this lane, but on my own terms. right?
I still think you need, it's pretty necessary though, to be able to support yourself. Like you can't just give everything away, because I think
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
some
you're right.
people, run into every once in a while, when they're just like, I just want to give all my stuff away,
Well,
and they
but see,
just wait.
that's a different thing too, because it seems, and that's just my opinion, but it seems like if someone's just publicly giving all the time,
Ah,
right? Yeah, I
yeah,
gave this to that person, and I gave that to that person, and I gave that to that person. See,
yeah,
I'm not talking about that. I
yeah,
don't care who knows
yeah,
what I'm doing.
yeah.
I'm doing what I'm doing to support people, not for anybody to look and say, well, you shouldn't, and you, because really, who is to say, I, I guess it seems like the attitude. If someone is giving to their detriment, that's never healthy.
No, no. You got to be able to support yourself to be able to truly give.
Yeah, it's not really giving in the spirit that it's supposed to be
Mm,
if you giving is going to negatively affect you.
yeah.
And just as an example, in real life, you know, it's been a fabulous year, but it's not been an easy year,
Okay.
right? Right. And so I've had some, ups and downs financially. I'm coming off of a divorce, so I'm still kind of looking for ways to make stuff work. And so
Yeah.
I had a point where I, was looking, okay, how am I going to make this mortgage? It's my rent. It's my rent with my sister. But it's like I still want to be on time. It's my sister, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I called my son. I was like, hey, can you help mom out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm happy to help, but I need to know when I can get the money back. I was like, you are not in a position to lend.
Mm.
He said, no, I want to help you. But Christmas is coming up. And I was like, baby, you are not in a position to lend. In
Mm.
fact, at this point, I don't want any money from you. You can't afford, you have to be able to give the money and never expect to get it back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You can't
something
give
that
money that you need.
I've learned over the
Yeah,
years, just from seeing it play out in other scenarios. But yeah,
you can't.
that
That's
is
how you
very
lose
true.
friends and stuff,
Yes. Yeah. It's very much so,
right?
because
You
you're
can't
putting an
loan.
expectation on it. Once you go, all right, here's this $100, you're going to get me back next week, right?
Well,
And
but
then,
see, yeah, you can't do that because obviously, and this is so funny. It's so funny. It's so simple.
yeah.
If I had the money to pay you, I wouldn't be asking you for the money.
Yeah.
So why would I give you money expecting you to give me money back if you just asked me for money?
Yeah.
You're obviously having some issues with money right now. And so like there's been times when with my son, when I was, when I was rolling, right,
Yeah.
that I would, if I had it, he could have it. But
Mm.
again, it was in out of my abundance. It was out of my excess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you just illustrated what we what we were just talking about. That is awesome. Yeah,
Right. You know.
man, and that's very aware. It's in the first place, because those places where you're feeling the pressure of the financial burden, it is very easy to not look at the reality of the situation, kind of like be like, I'll be able to get them back. Like it'll be fine. Like
Yeah,
I'll be all
but
right.
you have to really honor yourself in that, and again, it's I'm learning. Trust me, I'm learning. As we do, right, to alter my um, relationship with money, right?
Mhm.
Because that's a big thing. Being able to unearth the underlying conversation that you have about money,
Yeah.
right, and the energy that we um, put out about money,
Hmm.
because money is energy, currency,
Hmm.
right? And we expect money when we're always sending out negative. we don't get positive about, we don't think positive. It's like, it's always a burden or a problem, or, oh, I don't have enough of it or whatever. And you don't get stuff there,
Right.
right? You get stuff in, yeah, I got some money coming.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough to do. It's,
Right.
it's
But the thing, you have to put systems in place,
you.
and luckily for me, not recognizing, I guess recognizing, but really kind of going from being wherever, I've put together some good processes. So pretty soon the military, I'm gonna get more military money
Mm,
for going to school. And then, of course, next year I get my military retirement.
mm,
So and I'm setting up business and doing things to attract money by creating and doing and giving. So, money's just going to be, like Reverend Ike says. I don't know if you've ever listened to Reverend Ike.
mm,
If you ever listen to Reverend Ike, he talks, he's prosperity, and he's really fabulous. He's fantastic. You should really listen to it. But one of his things is affirmations. But he says, yeah, just think about it. Money's going to be just pouring in, just pouring in. This is what he's just pouring in, just pouring in. So, yeah, I'm going to have money just pouring in, Ryan. Just pouring in, just pouring in.
There you go.
Yeah.
How long have you always had that kind of mentality with when it comes to money?
Well, no.
Okay.
I've always been an entrepreneur wanting to make money.
Mm,
But because, there's circumstances in life and whatever, I've not really been able to attract it in that sense,
okay.
because I've always, kind of had the job or the title or the whatever as I kind
Yeah.
of, so whenever I had money, but, by the time, you buy a house and you take care of this and you got, so I never was really like, money just came,
Yeah.
like I just walked around and money was just in my account.
Right.
No, that wasn't my previous life,
Right.
but that's my next one. That's my current life, put it that like that,
Yeah.
where, and it's funny because I actually have a gym that I go to, and I know we're getting close to your time. Um, we There's a gym that I became a part of, and it reminds me of when I was away in the Army,
Okay.
right? So, when I would go to whatever duty station, and then I would have an apartment, or I would have, my room or whatever it is. But, there was always like a gym, and then they had little amenities or whatever. So, I'm here on orders, just kind of living the good life, in like a hotel, right? That's like the good life, right? But that's, when I think about my life,
Yeah.
I had kids and all, that's wonderful. But, some of my wonderful times was when I was deployed somewhere, and I'm like by myself, and I'm just like living the life, I'm doing stuff, and I got my little book. Okay, so there's a gym that is right across the street from the woman-owned cannabis dispensary. Okay, so anyway.
Wait, it's called Woman on Cannabis?
No. It's a woman. I can't. I don't know the name of it, but it's a women's owned cannabis
Women's
dispensary.
owned cannabis. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I know it's women's owned because I've talked to the workers in there as I visit. But anyway, my gym is across the street, but it's a women's gym. But it's this wonderful place where, first of all, I got a discount, but it has all the amenities. And it reminds me of the old school dudes in England who always went to the club, right? You go there. I stay all day, Ryan. I'm all day. I'm all day because I get a locker and I get a towel,
Uh-huh.
right? And they have little hand towels all over the place. But it's like gym equipment, all kind of, they have personal trainers and snacks or whatever. But I always take my own snacks. But then when you go in the back, of course, it's got the nice bathroom, the beautiful sink with all the marble. But then there's got all these little stations where they have, lotions and stuff that folks use for their hair and all that kind of, it's a woman's gym. Mirrors, there's showers that, have nice little places you can go in there and, do whatever you need to do and just shower, and, little sections with a little, so it's, and then a little dressing rooms and, bench. It's a beautiful place. It's like a hotel.
Yeah.
Right. But you can work out, and they have classes. They have all these Zumba, something called Nia, something called Melt I did today that was fantastic. Melt. They have, strength, they have hit, they have, so at any given time, yoga, I'm like I've been doing yoga a couple times a week now,
Yeah.
right? And this is like, I already, paid, like you pay one fee and I have access, 20, not 24/7, but most of the day.
Yeah.
Then they have a sauna, right? Which is like, oh, fantastic.
Love a
And
song.
then a vitamin D aromatherapy room.
That is bougie as hell.
Listen, I get up and pack my little stuff.
No wonder you stay in there all day.
I, I kid you not. Look, I have gone there and put my stuff in my locker, walked to the bank, come
Yeah.
back, sit in the sauna for a minute, went to work for 4 hours, came back to the gym, did a class,
Oh,
and
man.
then took a shower and then went home.
Damn. Sounds like
But
a day.
so look, and I said all that to say that when I'm in there with the other ladies, it's like, yeah, this is what I do. This is life now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a Kardashian,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm in here.
Sounds like you're living in the present
Right?
a lot more. Yeah.
Like, this is life. And I'm doing stuff because then I'm gonna, I do classes. So I'm working. I mean, I'm doing stuff. I'm creating,
Yeah.
more classes that I'm gonna put on, Black history and empowerment, and that's kind of my, so building wealth in the African American community, really fostering positive images. That's fun, right?
I love it. I love it. I love you putting the positivity out there.
Well, but that's thank you for that, because my mission is to have a positive impact on everyone I come in contact with. That's my when I go to interact with someone, regardless, it's to have a positive impact.
Yeah. Well, I know every time I've interacted with you, it's been a positive experience. So you are doing the damn thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I plan on, look, we can ride the elevator to the top, because I'm gonna be, well, not I'm gonna be, I am somebody, Ryan.
There you go. There you go. Adopting the different conversation, the conversations
Yeah.
you're having with yourself.
Yes,
You know?
because that's all there is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All there is. Everything that you see reflected in your experience is based on a conversation you're having with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's either bright or it's dark. I mean, we're with ourselves 24/7. We're the only ones that get to experience us 24/7.
Hey, me, myself, and I.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a collaboration with your mind, body, and spirit,
Mm-hmm.
that's why you walk around mad, because you all haven't communicated. You all are not understanding how to get the energy. The only way to get positive energy is to give it.
Yeah.
That's when I talked about giving.
Yeah.
And people always talk about better to give than receive. You cannot receive without giving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The only way
Just
you can
another
get
form of
something,
currency.
the only way you can get something is to give it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have. Well, then you're not going to get it, because if you don't have it, you can't give love if you don't know love.
Yeah.
You can't give anything without having it first.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can get something is to give it first.
100%.
Right?
Yeah. That's a good way to round out the year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If people just understand that,
Yeah.
that's why taking care of yourself, being selfish,
Yeah.
is mandatory.
Yeah.
It got twisted.
Yeah.
It got twisted when people started telling you that you were not supposed to be selfish.
Yeah, that was the thing growing up. Around in the time frame that I grew up, it was very, don't be selfish, don't be selfish. Sacrifice your happiness and your health for others, and that's the true secret. And it's like,
And the
nah,
fact
this
of the
makes
matter
a
is,
lot of people bitter, because if you're unhealthy and you're unhappy, you're going to be looking at all these people that you're doing these things for and be like, oh, I'm miserable, so now I'm kind of resenting you.
but you only give what you have in you to give.
Yeah.
Right? And if
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah. That's very true.
I don't know how it got twisted, but I mean, it got twisted somewhere with the people who were trying to be in control of other people,
Hmm.
right? Because
Yeah.
if you are trying to hold somebody else down,
Hmm.
you're not going to let them know that they actually are in control of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because
Because
if you're trying to manipulate someone else,
yeah.
you don't want to let them know that they actually have a say in whether or not they're manipulated.
Yeah. Because then you don't have the control anymore. Yeah.
So that's why it got so twisted that
Hmm.
somehow the message became you are somehow bad and wrong if
Hmm.
you take care of yourself
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, it's got to be a balance though, because with that, I think what we tend to do as people is when we see when one thing hasn't worked, we tend to go all the way to the other side. So there for a while, it seemed like there was this fuck everybody else, I'm gonna get mine mentality, and that is starting to it seems like it's starting to taper off a little bit, and you're starting to see more of this balanced approach, like
Yeah.
get yourself right first and then get
Yes. Right. But it's like the thing with the airplane, right?
yeah.
If you have young kids, put yours on first and then take care of them,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like you're just gonna say screw everybody, but it's like take care of you. When you learn how to do it, take care of others.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Simple.
That sounds like a good place to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much for hopping on. It's always a great time talking with you, Stephanie.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime.
Awesome.
Anytime.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again.
Okay. Okay.